Hello. For the past couple weeks, I've been buying computer parts. Like, too many computer parts. Whatever. That's all I've been doing. It is, of course, for the series about building a gaming PC in a former inspection terminal. And, well, I've got the basics today, so I figured I'd just go through the pieces one by one and sort of do a general what is the shape of this machine going to be. So, first, I got MSI's X670E chipset motherboard. My logic is that I want to go with AMD. This is a pretty good chipset for the AM5 generation, and MSI puts dragons on everything, and generally speaking, dragons have not led me wrong. Did they not put their freaking dragon logo on the board? That sucks. Whatever. Point is, should be a good motherboard, and you would not believe how heavy it is. It's got a lot of like metal heat sinks on it. Just everything. It's so cold. Haven't taken it out of the bag yet. Excited to see how that goes. For my transistor potato, I have chosen an AMD 7900X. It should do a good job of things. I do love the like notched heat spreader look they do. 12 cores. I think it's like 5 point something gigahertz. Not that that matters. The X670 motherboard will let me do whatever I want with that if this thing will take it. What else do I have? This thing is going to be exciting. I've had decent luck with Noctua stuff in the past, so I got one of their beastlier coolers that's available right now. It's so much. It weighs so much. I've actually hooked the leads up to a fan, like external tester I have, and this thing is still like ridiculously quiet at like full tilt. So that'll be fun. I just look at all the weird little asymmetries in it for getting like around RAM and stuff. Like this thing's goofy. I'm so excited. It should fit. The inspection terminal literally has like a 200 something millimeter install depth. I think I'm not supposed to touch that part, but it's too late. I didn't realize the plastic cap fell off. I'll fix that off camera. Other notable elements without whom this would not be possible. I've got a Kingston SSD of some kind, not like the best one they make or anything like that, but it's enough. I've got these RAM sticks, DDR5 and everything. I'm pretty sure they're going to be the bottleneck. They were like cheap, but not worryingly so. And I got them in these heat spreaders here appear to be plastic. So again, I haven't built the system yet, but I think that might be the bottleneck. And then of course I got this lovely little caddy full of various case screws and standoffs and everything, because this isn't a real PC case. It didn't come with any of this crap. This should be sufficient. Should be sufficient for a lifetime of computer building, ideally. What else interesting do I have to talk about? Oh, I want to talk about the case fan that was in there. Look at this ridiculous monster. Look at... It's made in Germany. I don't know when this was made, but it's all metal. Look how long it spins. I would absolutely keep using this forever, except it's like one of the loudest things I've ever encountered. 120 volt too, of course. And these are pretty sharp. I think it would cut anything off of anyone. I'm keeping this, although I don't think I'm going to use it in the computer. I've sourced a Noctua substitute. I don't know if it'll be sufficient. I went with static pressure over cubic feet per minute or whatever, but like, this thing does move a lot of air. It might be that the airflow is more important than the static pressure. I don't know. I assume we're going to find out once I build this thing. All right. And then what is not present? Well, I haven't bought a GPU. The CPU supposedly has terrible onboard graphics, but onboard graphics enough, and again, the priority is to install an operating system and get the thing freaking running, and theoretically the onboard graphics should be enough to like get through the BIOS and stuff. And the power supply. I haven't bought a power supply. Without a GPU, the 500 something watt one that's in the case should be sufficient on paper. It is possibly 20 years old and operating in a limited airflow environment, so we're going to find out. But I think it'll be fine. All of this should be fine for now. I may or may not have to drill a whole bunch of holes and use standoffs or something to bolt everything together, but I think it will fit. From like positioning stuff near it and looking at it, it looks like it's going to fit. So either see you next week or the build goes here. I don't know. We'll find out in editing. All right. So phase 1 is complete. The motherboard mounts, I mean, well enough. There were some challenges. I had to bend this fellow. I did have to cut this. Yeah, it looks terrible, but any motherboard will fit in any case if you have 10 snips and you don't care how it looks. And this is going to be inside the cabinet, so that's fine. Feel free to tell me in the comments if I don't know what I'm doing. All that's going to happen is you're going to be correct. I'm like 90% sure this killed my 10 snips. Because like you can see, like, it was cutting good and straight and then like it gave up. It could just be that angle. But I mean, that's just structural enough. That's fine. I am going to have to take this back out to put the back plate for the real cooler on there. I guess that would be what, like... I mean, nothing I got came with the cooler, so I don't know what these mounting brackets would be, but presumably it goes to some kind of standard cooler, and I don't need that. I'm pretty sure to put a decent GPU in here, I'm gonna have to use like a PCIe riser cable. I think that guy there would be the slot. And yeah, it perfectly lines up with the mounting bracket for the power supply. With all things considered, like, most of the stuff lined up. Like, I thought I was going to have to use a drill press. I didn't end up having to drill any holes so far. There's... I guess I'll show in a later clip, but there's stupid mounting holes that you're supposed to, like, shove something in and then... and it locks into place. I don't know why you'd need that. I just have standoffs, and I managed to get quite a few of them to bite, and then I've got a couple more just installed, and it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so this does want the stock back plate, but not the little grabby boys. Oh, and these are the annoying fasteners that shunk, and that's my solution, is just, yeah, standoff, washer. It fits. What do you want from me? I'm hoping I can get the mounting equipment installed without the CPU in place, because I want that to be one of the later steps. I don't like having a delicate piece like that in there while I'm doing stuff. I like that it mentions there's a -7mm offset, which I remember is because some of the modern AMD chips are really kind of not centered in the package, and having it offset is supposed to help a little bit. But it's still got instructions if you don't want to bother with that. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? It's not gonna work. It's probably already not gonna work. It's fine. I was mad at these screws. Like, I'm gonna have to go get a different bit. And I don't know how I didn't notice this. Look at that. Look what it comes with. It comes with a stupid bit, but like on a actually really nice feeling screwdriver. Well, I'm keeping this. Okay. Got the motherboard back in, and it does come with dragons. Oh, this is gonna be great. If I understand correctly, it looks like with 2 RAM sticks. Is it that way? No, it was the other way. With 2 RAM sticks, it looks like it goes this one, upsetting, and then skip one and this one. Come on. I swear I'm better at this than it looks like. Doing it one-handed sucks, though. Ugh. There we go. And boys are in there. I wonder where the SSD goes. I think we're looking at, let me look at the actual board. There we go. I think we're looking at this lad as where the SSD goes. Curious. Okay. It was not very detailed about this part. Where is my SSD? I think it wants the long bit. Let me just toss it in there real quick. Oh, it looks like it takes that one. Let's bop that little tooth aside. That feels like that's not in there. Oh, nope, there it goes. That feels right. Kind of. Is that in there? Yeah, there we go. Is that how that goes? I think that's fine. I'm pretty sure that's fine. Wait, it says remove all over that. Hang on. Hang on. It does say remove. I think there's a... Yeah, that's a thermal pad. Sure. SSD that probably doesn't need that thermal pad. I'm going to go out on a limb. Now the little tooth guy is hiding. There we go. That feels like that's where that wants to be. So there we go, and now this one has that. Which way was it? What an odd solution. I believe it goes here? I don't know, comment if this is where it's supposed to go. I'll look at the comments before I proceed. Well, I guess I won't, because there it is. I think that's in there properly. Okay. So we got RAM, we got the thingy. Anything else I need to put in there? I need to do the CPU and the cooler. Yeah, I guess that'll be the next step. I was actually gonna get one of their 3D cache CPUs, but I actually forgot that was a thing literally until the day this showed up in the mail, so I didn't remember to look for it. It's good enough for the boys we date, that's fine. So we pop that, and I do this one hand. Uh-oh. One moment, technical difficulty. Okay, let's try that again. That's a little bit insane. I guess that makes sense. All right, let's see. Yep, there's a little notch. Okay, just gonna do this one-handed. Sure. Here we go, my first time installing a brand new CPU into a brand new motherboard socket. Yeah. Now I think this actually just... I thought that's supposed to... I think we're good. Okay. Look, I'm used to the CPUs that have like the pins on the back. This is all some freaking nonsensical witchcraft. And what is the deal with this freaking cover? What? I don't know. Come on. I think that's on there proper. Now I'm second guessing myself. Because that has a lot of force. No, that's in there. They do not want this thing to move. Okay. Yeah. So now, onto the cooler. Let me peruse the instructions. So it says to put this thing on, and then I'm not seeing it say to remove it. I think this is just supposed to stay on, which I hate. It's plastic, I hate that, but I mean, I'm gonna follow the freaking instructions. These ones that say refer to the Intel steps are literally just about like removing the center fan from the CPU cooler and then tightening the cooler down onto it. It doesn't say anything. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, I've got this. Let's see how this goes, huh? This is my least favorite part of the process. Get sort of a blob, a smaller blob, another blob, another blob. That was a little small. Whatever. Probably too much. Can I get the cooler out of the box one-handed? This part sucks. Okay, so we don't need to see any of what just happened, but it's on there now. It took a few more attempts, so whatever the correct amount of thermal paste is, that's what's on there right now. Do not worry. Let's put these freaking fans back on. This interfered with the fans the first time, so I had to take the whole freaking thing back apart. It should go. Well, now it fits, so I guess that's fine. I have a Y splitter. I think it's that header over there. Eh. And then we should be able to... Is that supposed to have one missing? Does it matter? Hang on, where's the manual? Okay, so I have another Y splitter from them and it looks the same. So I think it's supposed to have one fewer pin on one side for some reason. I feel dumb starting this recording now because I can't seem to plug these in one-handed. Okay, an alternate issue has occurred since I've managed to get through all the issues so far. I thought this was a really cool location for the power supply at first. I'm kind of starting to be mad at it now. So, there's holes inside of that. Hang on. No. Let me do some thinking. Sometimes I'm terrified of my own genius. I think this will be fine. I think that'll be enough out of the way. Yeah. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Okay, so after a large amount of futzing about, I think this still isn't going to do the trick. Because it appears to need 2 8-pin connectors, and this power supply does not have that. It has a 6 and a 2, but they don't appear to ever line up the way they need to be on that connector, so I don't think that's going to do it. And all the rest of this is not that, so yeah. I guess the video is going to be postponed a little bit. New battle plan. I don't think this air cooler is going to work with this setup. So I'm going to go to a primitive all-in-one water cooling loop. This panel just unbolts. I'm going to pop this out, carve something in a sheet metal that'll take the radiator, and I have a more powerful power supply coming that will hopefully have the appropriate connectors there. And then this should work. I feel bad about not being able to use this, but I mean, it'll still work in like 2 years or whatever. It's fine. Alright, well, I mean, the water cooling really solves a couple of problems I was kind of expecting to encounter anyway. I went with this giant freaking cooler on here because I figure the airflow is probably not going to be great in this case. So having the radiator go to the outside world will free up the space and will make it more likely to, you know, do something. I don't know. And I was going to go for a more powerful power supply eventually anyway, because I don't trust this power supply of unknown age in a confined space running this and a GPU. So, yeah, I was going to get rid of it anyway. Whatever. Things are slightly derailed. It's not going to boot this week, but yeah, soon. Thank you for watching. Consider liking and subscribing. I hope you have a nice evening.